Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and yes, I'm going to be officially updating you on some more latest news that I've recently heard. Reports are now suggesting, and it is emerged now, that Manchester United could basically hijack Naby Keita from a Red Bull. Basically the narrative behind this basically is, according to the football whispers that basically now it's in the Express, it's in the I think it's in the Daily Mail, it's in numerous reports, and media have reported about this as well. That basically Manchester United have considered a move for Naby Keita to hijack him from Liverpool, right? And he has basically been one of Liverpool's main priorities for absolutely quite a while. I don't know if Liverpool and Red Bulls have had like full on negotiations. Well, I think they have. It was according to the German publication before that a £57 million bid had been rejected for Naby Keita, and according to a respected journalist as well, that a £57 million bid had been rejected. And basically, Red Bull are looking more in the region of round about £70-80 million to get his signature. And basically, basically Liverpool are prepared to make a new offer, which is going to be around about £65 million for Naby Keita. Basically, it's just according to reports. Basically, in the entirety of this transfer window, Jose Mourinho has identified that key position that he wants a midfielder in there, because we are lacking depth in that midfield, as you saw with the performance against Real Salt Lake. Not enough pace in the midfield. The only one who's got the pace is Paul Pogba, who operates space in that midfield. Joe Pereira he's good, but he was played out of position. He was played in centre defensive mid role. He's more of an attacking role, is Andres Pereira. And you saw suggestions in that midfield, especially in the first half. We were getting closed down too easily in the midfield as well. And the attacking sense was absolutely woeful as well. The positive I did take was Lukaku getting his name on the score sheet. And also, we did play some good football in parts of the game. We did up his tempo a bit as the game went on. But I thought, especially first half, we was on the back foot. I thought they was creating decent opportunities. They was exposing pressure on our back line, getting in behind too easily. So, yes, we definitely need to know where the problems lie. We need that width. We definitely need that width. And we expressed ourselves more in that 3-5-2 formation back in the LA Galaxy game. We expressed ourselves more, we played better football, we was driving forward, feeding balls, And we need that width, we need players that are going to feed balls into that box, and Perisic can do that. Feed balls into the box for Lukaku to capitalise on, or even Rashford to capitalise on. Perisic has got tremendous speed, good at driving forward, good in the air. Absolutely tremendous speed. In overall stats, 102 crosses was it last season for Inter Milan, even Perisic. So we definitely need that dedicated width. There's not enough pace in the midfield. There's not enough pace. The only pace is from Paul Pogba, and as attacking sense, as you saw, there wasn't that efficient finisher. We was lacking that finishing assets. I thought Lingard was a standout performer in the first half. He was attacking fantastically well. He was doing well in the attacking third. He was fantastic. Also, got 2 assists against LA Galaxy. Also set one of the goals up as well. So, fantastic player as Lingard still for Manchester United. But we do know where the problems lie in the team. I thought Jones was awful as well. I presume Jones and Smalling will be going as well, so we may essentially need a centre-back if they do go as well. But yeah, according to reports, we could hijack basically Naby Keita. So this is Jose Mourinho's entirety. He's looking to get a midfielder. He's looked at a catalogue of midfielders. He's a very good player. He's Naby Keita, as I said. One of the most efficient players in the world. Dynamic box-to-box player. He's a player that's good attacking. He's also good, fantastic defensively as well, and he'd be the luxury of that midfield. Basically, he'd be the luxury. But it's just according to football whispers, we are prepared to make a move and hijack him off Liverpool. According to the Red Bulls, they are not proposing that. It's not proposed that basically he's not for sale. Basically, this is what they've said, and they are standing their firm hard. Their hard stance is on this. Basically, they want 70, 80 million pound. This is one of Liverpool's main interests because he's a dynamic box-to-box player. He's the most efficient player in the midfield. He dramatically improves our midfield. Feed players ahead of him. He scores goals. He gets good assists as well. He interacts with his teammates fantastically well. Links up with his teammates fantastically well as well. I don't know if this is true though. It could be basically another fake narrative. The narrative, we've had it in the past because Jose Mourinho, I don't know where we're at the moment apart from Perisic, you know, in the midfield. I'm concerned about, you know, we saw this narrative with the Bakayoko deal. He's now joined Chelsea, completed his medical. When he reports the suggestion we could hijack Bakayoko, and most of the article was basically about Lukaku. And then basically he was teasing, basically saying my location was Manchester and emojing red and right and stuff. And then that was stirring up suggestions then, and it did basically end up being a fake narrative. The only delay, because with the knee injury that I suffered last season, Naby, Bakayoko. But now that was a current fake narrative, as I said. So I don't know what to believe, if there's any trustworthy behind it whatsoever, because they just justify their existence in some scenarios to this. So also, we're going nowhere with Eric Dyer, as Jose Mourinho is prepared to offer him £50-60 million. Basically, also determined to double his wages, but Tottenham are resisted to Eric Dyer. They're basically saying he's currently not for sale. So basically, we're going nowhere with Eric Dyer at the moment. I said he would be my main priority over Matic, because Matic is slow. He's not going to create in that midfield. He's slow. He's not going to create in that midfield. There's no tempo to his play. He has I have reservations about him. He's not good enough driving forward and feeding teammates' head. He's a Chelsea reject, and we're getting nowhere with Matic because the £40 million that Chelsea have rated him at is currently not worth £40 million. He's currently not gone to Asia with Chelsea for the tours. He's currently training on his own. But Matic wouldn't be my preferred choice anyway, so what's ever happening with him, I do not know. More things will update, as I said. And the same with Fabinho as well. With Fabinho, looks realistically we're going to come. Other teams are join the race. Now Fabinho, basically, which Di Marzio announced, that would nearly completed a deal, the Italian journalist, that would nearly completed a deal for Fabinho. And it's now basically then according to reports, Atletico Madrid had agreed to deal with him for 40 million. And basically now, I think he does want to leave Monaco, but Monaco are resisted. And basically, I think he's going to basically be ending up staying at Monaco. But he's good, as I said, he'd be one of my main priorities in that midfield. Good at breaking up the play, good in the air, very strong, very tenacious also. And he's a good, fantastic athlete, is Fabinho. What a player he would be if we were to get him. Doesn't look realistic now, so we're getting negatives now in this transfer rumour. Again, the negatives are coming back after we've just had some positives as well. You know, we've got one positive. Perisic looks realistic, like he's coming, but we still need to strengthen up in that midfield area. Fabinho doesn't look like he's coming. And with Nainggolan, basically now, I think he's proposed to be signing a new deal with Roma. He's currently had a 40-minute meeting arranging to be signing a new contract. He's got a contract until 2020. He's a good player. He's also very tenacious, very competitive, very good at combining with his teammates fantastically well. Also good defensively as well. And he'd make a massive impact in that midfield. And realistically now, we have basically missed out on Nainggolan as well. So he's looking basically furthermore in the region now, basically, to Naby Keita. I'm not saying it's a fake narrative. It could be, it could not be. There might be some truth behind it, but this is just reports suggesting that it's basically said about this, basically. I do not know. But Manchester United to hijack Naby Keita would be fantastic. He's very efficient. I would love a player of that calibre to come. Whether it's true or not, I do not know. But I don't think it's true anyway. I just can't see it being true. Keita, I still think Liverpool are merged to get him on the board if they're willing to sell him, Red Bulls. So, yeah, so it looks like Dyer, we're getting nowhere with him at the moment. We're getting nowhere with Fabinho. We're getting nowhere with Nainggolan. The next signing that looks realistic is even Perisic. That is the worst one that looks realistic. But we need improvements in the team. As I said, we need a lot of improvements in the team. We've missed out on big targets this summer so far. I was happy, as I said, we got the win against Real Salt Lake, but the performance was nowhere near in the same vein as the LA Galaxy game. It's just the midfield that concerns me. It's only Pogba that's one who's advanced in that midfield. He's the only one with the real pace. The others haven't got much pace, Haven't got much pace. And with Perisic, he can feed balls into the box. He can create that width, basically. And as I said, Mourinho, it's good that Lukaku got his name on the score sheet. There were times we played well, but I thought they dominated, especially in the first half. They was closing down quicker. There was a lot of tempo to their play. We was on the back foot, and we at times we looked absolutely lethargic at the back. But we still got the win, and it's going to be interesting to see how Mourinho prepares for the Manchester City game, and that's going to be more of a test for us. So it's going to be interesting to see how he prepares. He'll be rotating the squad differently, as I said. Yeah, but the Naby Keita, as I said, a £57 million bid had been rejected for Liverpool. They're looking £70 to £80 million for him. I think Liverpool could still basically get him. There's been arguments on, is it Twitter or something like that, between United and Liverpool fans about this rumour that's just emerged. But we have to have improvements in that team, and Perisic still looks realistically anywhere. So, yeah. And I wish we'd stop basically negotiating for Real Madrid players as well, because we're absolutely wasting our time negotiating for Toni Kroos and Real Madrid players. Anything else to update you guys on? So yeah, basically nothing else to really update on. But going nowhere with Matic, going nowhere with Fabinho, going nowhere with Nainggolan. So yeah, the only good positive. The only good positive is that I said Mkhitaryan played well yesterday. He's currently scored 2 goals into the pre-season games. Currently, his Europa League form was fantastic last season. And as I said about Andres Pereira, don't put him in centre defensive mid role. He's not positioned right. He needs to be more of an advanced role so he can express himself more. Andres Pereira. And Pogba needs to be set more free so he can feed players, players to capitalise on and stuff. That's my personal opinion. But yeah, I still need improvements in the team, as I said. And now, basically, guys, I'm going to go, because I'm going to go look at some more news that's going on, and then I'm going to be basically updating you all on that. Anyway, guys, drop your likes on the video. And yes, Renato Sanchez, I haven't really heard much about him. I'm going to look into him as well. So anyway, I'm going to go now. I'm going to look at some more news, and then I'll be updating you on some more latest news. So take it easy. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you later. Bye.